There's a mistake at the end of the first round, but there's a running back currently being projected by DLF rankers to be in the top 12 picks, and I think another running back should be in that spot, so let's mention it. So Devon Achane, I think, is a top 12 pick in this year's rookie draft, even in Superflex, and obviously a few spots higher if it's not Superflex because the quarterbacks become less interesting. Right now, DLF rankers have Zach Charbonnet, who went to the Seattle Seahawks, with significant second round draft capital to team up with Ken Walker, is being valued higher than by DLF rankers. Interestingly enough, that means both are really interested in your rookie drafts, because Fantasy Pros agrees. The redraft crowd kind of agrees. Now, I get the Zach Charbonnet argument, because I like, you might remember, Zach Charbonnet quite a lot. I like him from my rookie profile, but him and Devon Achane were in a very similar tier of likely expectation in the NFL based on what they did in college. And frankly, Devon Achane's going a little later. I would think once the season gets here, or even a month happens and people get much more invested in looking at where points are going to come from in the 2023 season, I think they're going to look at the Miami depth chart with Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson and Devon Achane, who just got a third round pick on him and is really, really fast, and start to expect him to do more earlier, which running backs kind of do. Whereas Zach Charbonnet teaming up with Ken Walker is, for fantasy, just a terrible situation in general, because it's going to be at least a split backfield, or Zach Charbonnet is going to struggle to get opportunity, or Ken Walker is going to struggle to get opportunity, who's also, by the way, if you don't remember, another second round running back, so it's not like he even has draft capital over him. So I get the argument for both. I think you should target Devon Achane in your drafts, but as we get more ADP and we get a better understanding of where rookies are actually going to be drafted in your draft, it'll tell you who to target where. If Zach Charbonnet is going above Devon Achane, that's fine, because Zach Charbonnet is really liked by the Devy crowd, and he's really liked by the Dynasty crowd, and he's really liked by the redraft crowd. He's a pretty good player on a depth chart that loves to run the ball, and he can actually catch the ball, or at least has a more proven history of catching the ball than Ken Walker. And again, they're both second round picks, so the unexpected could happen, and Ken Walker is the smaller part of that committee. It could happen. In the meantime, Devon Achane has been valued less, and he was drafted further down in the NFL draft with a third round draft pick, but he's on a much better depth chart with a pretty significant college receiving profile. Achane is a little undersized, if you remember, measuring in around 68 inches tall, but he also ran at 4'3", and that's some serious speed at the running back position. He handed on average a 10% target share per game in college, and also like a 42% rushing share, so we know he can handle some of the workload. And even with that round difference in draft capital, he scores the 4th highest in my post-draft model, which is a pretty good model for rookie success, especially when it already matches up to his pre-draft profile as well, behind Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, and Tajay Spears, who's a little bit of a different conversation. He'll be a James Cook type argument, but with an actual above average receiving profile by the time people start thinking about where their points are going to come from on the depth chart. Zach Charbonnet could be a surprise in terms of having a larger share of that workload than we would expect, considering how excited we were about Ken Walker last year, or not, but his ADP is more likely to fall by the time the season gets here. Anyway, also draft Tank Bigsby and Tank Dell, because the two tanks. Got to get 2 tanks in. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video about that because it stuck out to me immediately post-draft and when I was breaking down DLF ranks. And not a lot's changed so far, so wanted to give you the heads up. Thanks for checking out the video. I will see you again in the next one, and you can check out all my rookie ranks on Patreon or DLF in the links below, I assume. Probably. Bye.